Right now on 10 News at 11.
San Diego County now has a second case of coronavirus, and a third person is being evaluated right now. How doctors are protecting themselves and the public from getting the virus.
New video tonight.
Whoa, get out, let's go!
A normal day turns into a fiery rescue. The dramatic rescue all caught on camera.
Plus, Ring cameras catch a FedEx driver folding a man's American flag. The employee's incredible backstory behind his act of kindness.
Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
A second case of coronavirus has those in quarantine on edge and taking extra precautions to make sure they don't get infected with the virus. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. The announcement of the second positive case came late this afternoon. Our 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo is live from the hospital where those patients are receiving treatment tonight. Laura.
And I'm told all of the patients here at UCSD Medical Center are doing well. I spoke to someone who is in quarantine at Miramar, and he told me that they were informed about this second positive case during a town hall meeting at the quarantine this afternoon. He tells me now everyone in quarantine is taking extra precautions. News of the second positive case of coronavirus in San Diego County is making those in quarantine uneasy.
So it really makes us, more nervous, definitely. And the fact is now we know the virus, was here.
Those staying at Miramar were told this afternoon. CDC officials confirmed a second person on the flight that arrived Friday tested positive for the virus. The patient joining the first case we reported on Monday. Officials say both are doing well and each are in isolation. Those in quarantine now staying in their own rooms.
Now they have a cart where they have, the temperature, but also food for people to choose. But yeah, we've tried to take more measures on our own.
UCSD health officials also confirmed there is now a third patient currently being treated after developing symptoms. That person requiring further observation and testing. Officials also reassuring the public that they are safe, explaining that all staff caring for patients in isolation are trained to wear protective gear like gowns, gloves, face shields, and even high filtration respirators. And there is a press conference for tomorrow where health officials are expected to provide more information on this second confirmed positive case. I'm told that will happen sometime mid-morning. Reporting live from UCSD Medical Center, Laura Acevedo, 10 News.
And Laura, thank you. The number of coronavirus cases has skyrocketed. More than 60,000 people worldwide are infected. The vast majority of cases, they are still in mainland China. There are now 14 cases in the U.S., including 2 here in San Diego County. The virus has killed more than 1,300 people. And a World Health Organization official says it's still too early to predict the end of the current outbreak.
A San Diego couple is missing their Asian cruise over the coronavirus concerns. Lisa and Louise Revilla were supposed to sail through the Pacific Islands on the Norwegian Jade, but it set sail without them. Norwegian changed the itinerary and implemented new protocols in response to the virus concerns.
They were going to implement certain, temperature gauges every time we, got off and got on, back on from every port we were traveling to.
The couple was planning to fly from LAX to Hong Kong, but American Airlines canceled their flight, so they couldn't have taken the cruise even if they wanted to. They say they're out $6,000 and Norwegian won't give them their money back. Norwegian sent us this statement reading in part, "As is common in the travel and tourism industry, we have developed cancellation policies. They are communicated to our guests at the time of booking." Lisa hopes that she can work it out with them before potentially having to take legal action.
The students at UCSD are stepping up in a big way to provide medical supplies to provinces in China. The school's Chinese union has raised more than $15,000 for supplies. The organization is a student-run nonprofit, and they have already purchased thousands of protective coveralls, medical goggles, and face masks for several hospitals in Wuhan, which of course is the epicenter of the outbreak, and a neighboring province. They tell us none of the members' families in China have been diagnosed with the illness. You can stay on top of any new developments with the coronavirus by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
While coronavirus is getting the headlines, the flu continues to be a much bigger problem here in San Diego. 7 more people died from the flu in the county last week. All had underlying medical conditions. There were 1,500 confirmed cases last week, which was about 100 fewer than the week before. Overall, this has been a rough flu season with 15,000 cases and 57 deaths compared to 4,030 deaths a year ago.
There's no explanation for why what happened took place.
There are still plenty of questions after a tragic car crash that took the life of an elderly Lamesa woman last week. Tonight, her son is sharing his emotional story for the first time. Our 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena shows us why the family is hoping their story might help others.
This is where the funeral will be held tomorrow. That woman's family talking to us for the first time tonight, saying they're speaking out in hopes of keeping other elderly drivers safe.
It's been a little over a week since Beatrice Stapolito passed away. The 92-year-old was killed when the car her 94-year-old husband was driving suddenly veered off their Lamesa driveway and tumbled down a hill.
There's no explanation for why what happened took place. I mean, he's lived in that house for over 60 years.
Beatrice's son, Gary Haig, says the couple had found each other later in life and been married for the last 4 years.
Almost 90 years old to find somebody to be married to, and they shared a lot of things in common.
At this point, it's not clear exactly what happened. Although Beatrice had stopped driving, her husband hadn't given up his keys. He survived and is still recovering from his injuries. All he could remember was the car coming to an abrupt stop.
We had some concerns, and we had talked to them about other options.
The family says the incident is a sad and tragic reminder that sometimes driving in your later years can be dangerous.
It's a difficult subject to talk to with your parents.
Again, that service will be held at 10 o'clock tomorrow here in Santee. Reporting in Santee, Lindsay Pena, 10 News.
So sad for that family, Lindsay. Thank you. And his face smashed by a golf club during PE class. An Oceanside teenager and his family have filed a complaint against the Oceanside Unified School District. They spoke with 10 News reporter Anthony Pura about why they say the district was negligent.
This is a picture of Fernando Maria Guzman in the hospital after undergoing surgery on his left cheek. He was injured during PE class at Jefferson Middle School last spring.
We were getting ready to play golf, and we were getting in our lines. I was like in the middle where the lines are.
The 14-year-old had a hard time getting the words out, but says they were told to stand 3 to 4 feet apart and take practice swings. That's when he was struck on the left side of his face by a golf club swung by another student.
I was bleeding. I checked my face like this. There was a lot of blood coming out.
Court documents claim negligence on the school district, citing several reasons, including failing to appropriately space the students on the field so as to allow a safe swinging distance, and failing to adequately supervise the students at all times.
Every time someone brings it up, I just get flashbacks. I'm getting nervous.
The Oceanside Unified School District denied the claim. A spokesman sent a statement to 10 News that reads, in part, following an investigation, staff determined the incident was a very unfortunate accident with no malicious intent. At the time of the accident, we followed all protocols. It goes on to say, while we recognize that all play and physical education comes with a certain level of risk, student and staff safety is our utmost priority. In Oceanside, Anthony Pura, 10 News.
Fernando's attorney says future procedures are likely. She says they filed the complaint. They expect the district to receive it soon.
A suspected car thief is in the hospital tonight after being shot by El Cajon police. Now, this was in the 500 block of South Johnson Avenue today. Police say they came into contact with a man in a stolen car just before 9 this morning. Officers then shot the suspected thief and treated him right there on the sidewalk before he was taken to the hospital. Neighbors say they were shaken by this event.
And I heard these 3 gunshots, and me and my dog both jumped up like, what was that? I literally was looking out my back door, my front door, and I was like, I didn't want to open it right away because I wasn't sure.
Cajon police would not say why officers had to use potentially lethal force to defuse that situation. The suspect's condition remains unknown.
A popular teacher at La Costa Canyon High School in South Carlsbad is facing serious allegations. After a 2-month absence, the school district confirmed that film teacher Speed Harris is currently assigned to the school's district office. They say it's amid allegations of misconduct toward former students.
This doesn't jive with what his typical personality is like. I would not expect this from him.
And Ferris told 10 News the allegations are false. He said he has cooperated the best he can, and the process is ruining his life and career. He asked the school district why it took so long to notify parents. We are waiting to hear back. The sheriff's department says a criminal case has been sent to the DA's office for review.
There are new developments in the case of excessive spending by some executives at Cal State San Marcos. The Union Tribune reports tonight that 2 executives have left the university. This comes as the CSU school system is about to release an audit. It will look at how and why some officials there used university money for first-class plane tickets and 5-star hotels. In an address last week, the school's president called the spending unacceptable.
And new tonight, the president of Palomar Community College says she will resign this summer. Dr. Jolie Blake was placed on administrative leave a month after a November fiscal risk report was released. That report says the district faces a nearly $12 million deficit in the 2019 and 2020 school year budgets. Palomar Vice President Jack Cajon will serve as acting superintendent and president.